Hello, everyone, and welcome to Co-Creation Station, the podcast where we talk about the law of attraction, the art of allowing, spiritual magic, the mind-body-spirit connection, and how to best enjoy this mystical, miraculous, mysterious, crazy, sometimes confounding, but always incredible journey we call life. My name is Collin. I'm located in beautiful, sunny North Hollywood, California.
Hi, everyone. My name is Stephanie Orlina. I am a transformational life coach, and I love helping people feel better. And I'm in San Diego, California.
We want to thank you so much for listening or watching or both, whatever you're doing to join us today. We're glad you're here. We do want to let you know at the top here, we do often mention the names Abraham Hicks and Esther Hicks. If you've never listened to the podcast before and you're not familiar with those names, Esther is a speaker and author who channels Abraham. Abraham is described as a group of entities from beyond our physical world who share their wisdom by speaking through Esther at workshops and speaking opportunities around the world. You can find out more about them by searching Esther Hicks or Abraham Hicks on YouTube or your web browser. You can also go to their website, abraham-hicks.com. Each week we start our discussion from a different jumping off point, and this week Stephanie has our jumping off point, and I believe you said, Stephanie, that you would like to discuss doubt. So I turn it to you to start our...
Yeah, doubt. Like, how many
I'm just
of
thinking
us?
this might not be the best episode. I have doubts. I have doubts.
Okay, how many of us listening, how many of us here have ever experienced doubt? Doubt about that I can have what I want, doubt about is it possible, doubt, like doubt's a big one. It's a big block. It's a big resistant energy,
I
doubt.
feel like when I grew up in New England, there was basically like a doubt school that we all went to. We learned we learned how to use doubt often and with great energy.
Well, and it's kind of piggybacks what we were talking about in last week's episode about the way we just say things and we don't
Yeah,
think about what we're saying.
yeah,
Like how are they, it just rolls off our tongue. And, because even when I had said to you, oh, I feel really lucky that, I have this person in my life who came in, and you're like, lucky, huh, Steph? Like law of attraction had nothing to do with it. You're like, you didn't have anything to do with that. And then throughout that entire episode, I was thinking about it and how I'll just, and you even made reference to like, we don't realize how powerful our words and our thoughts are. And we just say and think things without even really thinking about what we're saying.
yeah.
And
I was thinking I'm a big fan of he's an actor, but more so he's more just like a performance artist kind of guy. He did basically what we could call one man shows, but they weren't like stand up comedy. They were like storytelling plus some stand up kind of involved. And his name was Spalding Gray. He died several years ago, but I've watched all his films, and he has one where he's like I forget exactly how it starts, but he's in I think he's in Thailand, and someone is explaining that culture. And if I'm getting the country wrong, I'm so sorry. But that culture's concept of Chinook, I think is how it's pronounced, which is just that the concept of Chinook, if I'm remembering it correctly, is that you just feel good all the time. Like that's just basically like their life
oh,
philosophy. And he's horrified by this when he finds out about it. And he said, well, if I had Chinook, there wouldn't be any room for my doubt, and the only thing I don't doubt is my doubt. Like he's literally contemplating like how could he possibly live without doubt, as if doubt is some sort of like security blanket or something that helps him survive. Like the concept of just feeling good and trusting is terrifying because it brings up these feelings of like vulnerability or whatever. And I'm like, gosh, what an awful thing in our culture that we're teaching you, like if you expect good things, you're in danger. Like that's whack.
or or if I expect good things and they don't happen, then
Yeah,
I'm going to be disappointed.
yeah,
So I shouldn't expect,
right. So doubt is smarter than positive expectation.
which is
Nuts.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. Chinook, when you said that, I'm like, I thought of Julia Roberts in Eat, Pray, and
Oh, Eat,
Love.
Pray, Love. Yeah.
And I think the spiritual man that she goes to, is it in Thailand that she goes to? I think his name was Chinook. Was that his name?
I
The
don't know.
character's name? I just had that. I don't
I
know
read
if
the book
that's
and
true or
watched
not.
the movie many years ago, but I don't remember.
Because you said the name, I instantly could hear her voice saying that name. Um, yeah, it's ridiculous. So that's what I started playing with recently is, Steph, what do you have to lose by believing? Because, let's just say, for instance, you know, I'll just take, my guy. Like, oh, it's done. Oh, we're already together. Oh, we're happy. Oh, we're a part of each other's life and we enhance each other's life. When I think those thoughts, it feels good. So what do I have to lose by believing if right now when I think those things, they feel good? So I can feel good now. Like, and it's ridiculous to think, oh, but what if it doesn't happen? Duh. If I'm thinking about what I want as though it's done, law of attraction's responding to me. So of course it's going to happen. I'm actually more allowing it than resisting it. And it's done already. So what do I have to worry about? Nothing. It's inevitable. Just because it's not here right now, like this candle is. What is it? Oh, flow. I love you, Kelly. Kelly calls Florence Scoville Shin flow.
Oh
And
yeah.
flow says, what does it say? I know Kelly's saying it right now. We are appearances. Oh, Florence Scoville Shin says, I am not fooled by appearances. And
And
then Abraham says, I believe it's Abraham. I saw it somewhere. Just because you cannot see it doesn't mean it's not there.
and Kelly says, "Don't fall for appearance bullshit."
I know. I love that appearance. We call it, we've tokened it appearance bullshit. But yeah, all of that.
I did want to clarify, sorry. So I don't know the exact correct way to pronounce it, but I think we are pronouncing it correctly. I think it is pronounced Chinook, but it's spelled San as in Nancy UK.
Yeah.
And I just pulled up a little thing on a travel website about Thailand. It's from the Thai culture, and it says most guidebooks to Thailand will tell you about the Thai concept of Chinook which often gets translated as just meaning fun. But Chinook is more than having fun. It's about striving to achieve satisfaction and pleasure from whatever you do.
Ooh,
So
that's
having so
juicy.
basically like just having joy as a goal of whatever you're doing,
Oh,
which is like the opposite of doubt. Like it's because it's not even like expecting good things. It's just like good things. I'm gonna be a good thing, and then good things is how I'm gonna live my life, and like that's the way. And doubt feels like the polar opposite of like I'm just gonna expect bad things so that I'm not
disappointed.
disappointed. Yeah.
And yet I'm disappointed to
Yeah.
begin with because I have doubt.
I always think that about like when I think about because I don't follow a lot of professional sports anymore, but I still follow football, American football, a lot. And it's interesting when you think about like as a little aside, the New England Patriots, which is Kelly's favorite team, my favorite team, they're from the region that we're from. They were very, very successful for a very long time. They are very not successful this year. It has been challenging to watch the New England Patriots this year because they are losing a lot and not playing well. Um, but the thing is, like I was thinking the other day, it's like everybody on the New England Patriots, like every player that got on the New England Patriots, like they were most likely like the best football player in the history of their high school. Like they rose through like an elimination process that is just like they have to be one of the top athletes in all of America, which is a country of 335 million people. And football is one of the most popular sports, so it's got the greatest competition. Like when you go out for a high school football team, you're already facing competition just to make the team. At large colleges, it's even more ridiculous. And then the pros is like, if you wanted to look at it statistically, it's like one in a million, to be a football player. And then to achieve all that and then to be on the New England Patriots this year and just be losing all the time. It's just sort of like if you expected to lose, like there's no way you could rise through the ranks, of all that competition and get to that level. And so I think sometimes there's this disconnect where we as fans are like, oh, these players are terrible. Like, how can they do this? And it's like, yeah, but what's really going on is they may be having a tough time because they know their team is losing, but they also most of them must be the kind of people that expect good things. Like they expect to put their passion into this and they expect good things to happen. So they're probably having an easier time of it than we are because we're just watching it and just going, well, this is our team and they're losing. For the players, it's like, yeah, but if you don't have some level of chinook about football, you're never going to make it on the squad of the New England Patriots, let alone. So I think that it's interesting, like how I feel like doubt it's just ultimately it's just that reaction to like negative outcomes that make us uncomfortable or disappointed, and it's this lie that like we'll somehow protect ourselves against things not working out by clinging to doubt. But as you've taught me, like it's not that we should ever expect like bad things, but if something you don't like happens to you or something that you think in the moment like, oh, this is wrong, like this shouldn't work out this way, or because it worked out this way a lot of bad things are going to happen, like without putting all your thoughts and judgments on it, that thing can quite often be the catalyst for something
Oh
even
my
more amazing,
gosh. I
even
know.
more amazing. Like the thing is, like, and this always happens in sports. It's like we've talked about this before on the podcast. The Boston Red Sox, lost, in epic fashion for years. When they finally won the World Series in 2004, that made the winning the World Series like unbelievably amazing. And a lot of people would say, yeah, but we shouldn't have had to suffer through, like
Yeah,
whatever,
but everybody kept
1918 to 2003.
but
you know?
everybody kept repeating that affirmation of what they didn't want.
Exactly.
So they were actually putting all their energy towards the team
Yeah.
that they love to get what they didn't want to get.
Yeah. Yeah. So doubt, it's funny because I think it's again, it's woven into how a lot of us grow up. We're taught that doubt is a valuable thing. Um, and I think there's a difference too between,
It's
I think,
a protection mechanism.
yeah, but I think sometimes we also confuse like a healthy, necessary concept with like an unnecessary, unhelpful one. And like, there's such a thing as like due diligence, or checking things out, like you could like, the law of attraction doesn't say, oh, if you want to buy a new car, you should just be happy, go to the car dealership and buy the first one you see. Like that's not what the law of attraction is advocating for. You can do like if you want to buy a new car and you don't know what kind you want, it's good to do research, find out how much the car is, what it's rated or whatever. But the point is, whatever you're doing in that vein, have a good vibration. If you start doing research on a new car and your vibration is, oh, I'm terrible at buying cars, all my cars break down, you're going to buy a terrible car. It doesn't matter how much due diligence,
you need to find a friend who has you need to find a friend, go to your friend who has a good vibration about cars.
Yeah.
And have them help you.
But I think sometimes people are like, oh, you should, like if I'm going to buy a car, oh, I doubt that, this manufacturer is going to have a good car. I hate all car salesmen, and like, that's not helpful. Like some of it can be true, but that's not going to be helpful to you. If you're clinging to doubt, most often you're going to manifest things you don't want.
Exactly.
It will be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah.
Would you repeat what the definition of Chinook, and how do you spell it?
S as in Sam, A, N as in Nancy, U-K. And it says Chinook is more than having fun. It's about striving to achieve satisfaction and pleasure from whatever you do.
Slow down. It's about achieving.
It's about striving.
Striving.
To achieve.
To achieve.
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction. Abraham talks about satisfaction a lot. Satisfaction.
And pleasure from whatever you do.
And pleasure. whatever you do. Chinook, it's about a striving to achieve satisfaction and pleasure from whatever you do.
The people of Thailand try to carry a sense of humor and a sense of fun into every activity.
Ooh, a sense of pleasure and fun. Whatever you own. Oh my God, that sounds fantabulous. Thank you, my friend. Okay, I think we're done. I think just do that and call us in the morning. Call us next week and tell us how it went.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
But isn't that
That's
true? I mean, it's like I think sometimes like in activities that I have not enjoyed, it's very it is in the past has been very easy for me to get stuck in this mode of like, oh, this is awful. It's not going to change, blah blah blah. And then someone will unexpectedly come into that situation with a super positive attitude. I was telling you about this guy I play in one of my Dungeons and Dragons games, and he just turns everything. He's the ultimate turn the frown upside down guy.
I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice? I was thinking, what would it be like to have a really close friend that was like that?
Yeah,
First of all, I'd like to just spend some time with that person and
yeah,
see what that felt like. Would I
yeah,
have an aversion to it? Would I be
yeah.
attracted to it? Would I want to be more like it? I think it would be interesting to
I think my
experience.
thing with this particular guy that I play D&D with, one of the things is it's genuine, or I experience it as genuine. I've experienced people in various parts of my life where they're trying to be positive, but it feels fake. They're trying to
Well, no, I'm
force.
talking about like you were saying,
Yeah,
you were saying he's genuine. And so
yeah,
that's what I mean. Someone who's genuine.
yeah,
What would it be like to be in their presence? And then would I want like one of my closest friends to be that
yeah.
way?
Well, what I've discovered with him so far is it's a really good indication of how me being with him doesn't say much about him because he's almost always in this like, well, we could look
Yeah.
at it this way. This is really
Yes.
great about the
Yeah.
situation, but it's an indicator of where I'm at. Because if I'm annoyed by him, that means I have a negative vibration. If I'm agreeing with him, I'm like, oh, my vibration is really good. If
Yeah.
I don't start off agreeing with him, but I'm able to join with his energy, that means I'm
Yes.
in kind of a negative vibration, but I was open to moving up the
Yes.
scale.
Yes.
That's where
Yes.
I try to, like I try not to be like, oh, like, I have to be where this guy is all the time. There's going to be times where like I'm not as happy as him, but if I can just be open to his energy, I
Yeah.
can literally use him as a way to climb up the scale and like get to a higher vibration and feel better, you know.
Yeah. Well, because you even would say that about me in the past where you're like, I yeah, I don't even want to talk about good stuff, so I'm not going to call Steph. I'm going to call the person that I can complain to about this
Right,
particular thing.
100%.
Or you're like, yeah, I'm in a bad mood, but I do want to feel better, so I'm going to call Steph and talk
Yeah.
to her.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what you were saying with that guy. It's like,
Yeah, if you and I, if your name pops up on my phone or my name pops up on yours, we're going to have a positive conversation.
usually,
One
not
way or the
always, because
other.
I'm not always in a good mood. So
No, but like I say, like if you call me and now and I say, "Hey, how's it going?" and you're like,
uh,
"Let's not talk about that. What's up with you?"
got you. You know that
I'm
you're
like,
in a good vibration. And I'm
"Exactly.
seeking counsel.
Yeah."
Yes,
And
got it.
same thing with me when I
Yeah,
was going through that difficult situation a few months ago at the public social event I was at, and I
yeah.
ran in my car and called you.
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" No, no, no. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about how you're doing. What awesome shit did you do today?
What I loved about that conversation is that bef way before we ended the call, we were both laughing. Like we had gotten
Mm.
onto some subject and we were both cracking up. It was so great.
That's, I think that humor, I mean, I'm not breaking any headline news here, but if you're somebody that struggles with negative thinking, if you're somebody who struggles with doubt, if you have a negative vibration going about a bunch of different topics, like one of the easiest ways I think as a human to unlock that and get to a different place is humor. Because the genius of humor for me, or one of the genius things about it, is you can laugh at a ridiculous or difficult or challenging situation, and so you're not moving off the topic, like you're still talking about whatever's bringing you down, but it's like it's transforming it into something that you can actually have positive energy about it. You can laugh about the absurdity of it, or you can laugh about the ridiculousness of it, or you could laugh about, some aspect
Yeah.
of it that's
Yeah.
just funny to you. And then what you're doing there with your energy is you're using that as a tool to go from a low, kind of
Yeah.
negative vibration up to a higher
Yeah.
vibration. And you're not trying to fight it. You're not trying to be like, well, I listened to Co-Creation Station, so I know I shouldn't feel bad. All right, I'm just gonna feel good. Like that doesn't that
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
But laughter and humor is a great way to like just sort of ease yourself, as you're saying that great word, ease yourself into the flow of moving up the scale
Well, softening
rather
the
than
resistance.
yeah,
Yeah. So if
yeah,
someone can laugh at themselves, find some humor in it, as you were
yeah,
saying, it
yeah,
softens the resistance.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I love laughter because, sometimes I can get very serious in my week, especially, with work and business. And I'm just like, one of my things on my list is to watch reels. I love to watch reels on Instagram.
yeah.
And there'll be some silly one that it just, maybe the first time I watch it, I'm like, oh, I like it, but I like it, it repeats if I stay on it.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
then by the second or third time that I'm watching it, I'm literally laughing. I start
yeah,
laughing hard. And then watch it 8 times and I'm like, I've told myself, don't eat lunch and watch the real stuff because,
yeah,
it's dangerous. I might choke.
yeah,
There's an affirmation that I don't want.
yeah.
So, prime example, y'all.
But I think that's one of the great things about human beings is that we have that. I just think like, we've talked before about like what a gift music is.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can feel really lousy and I can put on a piece of music and it can just absolutely like without, I don't have to talk to anybody. I don't have to do anything. Just literally just let the music hit my ears and it will
Mm,
literally change my vibration like as I just sit there. And I
yeah.
think humor and comedy is another one of those things. Like the ability to laugh at things is just this like, it feels like the universe gifted that to us as a way of like, look, we know life can be hard sometimes, but here's a great way to just like ease right the fuck out of that. And there's no
Yes.
shortage of comedy in this internet world.
I
Like
know,
you can
right?
watch stand up comedy, you can watch Instagram reels, you can watch
Yeah.
TikToks or whatever. Like there's
Yeah.
just plenty of genius stuff out there to make you laugh.
Well,
And
and speaking of music and then dancing as well, I've seen, I just
yeah.
came across a couple of weeks ago. I didn't know that. What is that? Something bull, raging bull. What's the drink? Um, one of the bulls.
Oh,
They
Red Bull.
have Red Bull. Thank you.
Yes.
Red Bull has a dance off. What is it? Dance Your Style, I think it's called,
Oh, the thing we talked
annually.
about a few weeks ago.
Yeah. And I came across it on a reel where this kid, I don't remember the song, but he moves his lower part of his body, his feet and his legs, to the exact tone and movement of the music. It was fun. And then to hear the crowd around him respond to the way he's moving his body to this music, dancing. Oh my, I just kept watching that one over and over again. I just got chills up my legs. And so witnessing someone dance and hearing the music and then add on other people's responses to it, positive responses to it, was just filled me with like, just raised my vibration so high. And I didn't even know this, dance off existed.
Yeah, so just so in case people want to check it out, I think we did mention it a few episodes back, but it is the Red Bull Dance Your Style competition, the World Finals. And there's a dancer named he's got his name is three parts: the letter D, and then Soraki, Soraki. And he does a routine at the Dance Your Style World Finals, I think last year, so 2022, I
Yeah,
think,
because they
where
just had their 2023 in Germany this year.
he does a individually created dance routine to the song "I'm Coming Out" from the
Yes.
1970s by
Yeah.
Diana Ross,
Yes.
and especially the first 30 seconds of that dance is one of the most incredible things I've ever seen artistically in my
Well,
lifetime.
and for me, it was those first 2 seconds
Yeah,
when it's how's it goes, boom, boom, something,
yeah,
the song and his feet, the way
yeah,
he moves. I'm just like, whoa!
yeah.
It captures everyone's attention.
Back in acting school, which I went to many years ago, one of the things we learned in movement class was this I don't know, concept or whatever of isolation, which is normally when we move through our world, we're just when you walk down the street or you walk to your car, you're just on automatic, and basically your entire body is moving together, and there's no like individuation of it. You do individuate when you grab your car keys or whatever. Then you'll notice like your knuckle has to do this or whatever. So the thing that we were learning in movement class was what they call isolation, which is you learn how to focus, like, okay, I'm going to hold my finger right here and I'm just going to move like the middle knuckle,
Mm,
whatever. And so what it allows you to do is you have more control because you have more focus over the
mm,
individual moves that your body does, like,
mm.
your elbow, your joints and your shoulders and your whatever. And that routine by the D Saraki,
Yes,
like he uses isolation,
yes,
rapid fire management, rapid fire style, to have the music and his body do like what seemed to your eyes and ears to be exactly the same thing in a way I've never seen before. It's
yes,
literally like the music is getting his individual tiny body parts to do
yes,
things with the
yes,
music. Like his elbow is a snare drum or something. It's like,
yeah,
and it's like
yeah.
you're literally watching like a human body translate sound instantaneously, and it's amazing.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's
Um,
the other thing I think we talked about this too, is like the thing I love about that video, even almost even more, is that the nature of that competition is that the other participants and the audience are right around the dance floor. So
yeah,
it's not this thing
yeah.
where like a stadium where people are
It's
watching
not a
from
huge
afar.
arena.
Everybody
Yeah.
is like, and a lot of them are just sitting cross-legged or
It's
kneeling
very
or whatever.
intimate,
So like the physical
organic.
energy that he builds up when he's doing that is just, you, even though you're watching it on video, it's like you feel like you're there and you feel
I
like you're
wanted
getting
to
as
be
excited.
there.
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
not into
Yeah.
Red Bull, but
Yeah.
after watching that particular video, I'm like, what is this thing? Where is it? I want to go. Like, seriously, I want to be in that
Yeah.
energy. And then I saw some other videos that had like 500 people. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll watch it from here. I'm good. I don't want to be in a crowd of 500 or
Yeah.
100 or whatever. But you said something as you were describing all of that, and you said focus, deliberate focus.
Yeah.
That is like what we do, one of the things that we can do, because there's so many things that we can do, but
Yeah.
it is one of the things that we can do when we start becoming an intentional awesome allower,
Yeah.
is deliberate focus.
Which is not the same. Focus is different than like hard work or effort. You
It's
know,
easy. It's so
it can be
easy.
easy. Well, it's
Yeah.
easy in the sense of like, this is how I feel about it. You can tell me how you feel, but like in terms of effort and energy, focus is easy. But in terms of getting my crazy monkey mind to calm down and
Well,
actually,
yeah.
settle into focus, that's the challenge that I face.
No, not really. Because think about it. You
Okay.
said in friend time that you had read an article about
Yeah.
how to, and that wasn't difficult for you.
True. That's true. I would say like when my vibration is high and I'm in the flow,
But
focus is pretty easy. Yeah.
so for me, okay, so I have many different albums in my phone,
Mhm.
in my pictures, and one of them is like my five desires. Another one is, my guy, who I call Ben. Another one is business. And so, I have many different images that I've captured in there. And so when I'm scrolling through one particular album, looking at those images, one feels good, two, I'm focusing,
Mm.
three, I'm enjoying myself. So I'm putting focused attention on something that feels good that I want.
Yeah.
That's easy and it feels good. It's not, so it is effort in the sense of, oh, let me go do this thing that I love for like 5 minutes or 2 minutes or 1 minute or whatever.
Yeah.
But it really is easy.
Yeah.
It's not hard work. And while I'm doing that, I'm actually attracting what I want
Hmm.
because I'm not resisting it.
Well, there you go. I mean, I didn't have anything more to say. I feel like you put the point on it, but was there anything else you wanted to share on that?
No.
Okay. No. Okay. All right. Well, great discussion. Once again, thank you so much, Stephanie, and thank you so much, all of you who are listening and or watching to us today. Remember that at this point in, I guess we're into December now. By the time this goes live,
December 4th.
December 4th of 2023. We are posting a brand new episode for you every single Monday morning. We truly appreciate you doing whatever your platform allows you to do to support the podcast. And now you can support us financially on Patreon if you would like. The link to our Patreon is down the doobly-doo below. You can make a small monthly contribution, which we would deeply, deeply, greatly appreciate and would help the podcast keep going here. We also have social media links down the doobly-doo in the YouTube description below, so you can check there for that. We wish you happy holidays to those who are celebrating the end of your, start of your holiday season right now. And we wish you a happy and abundant week as always. And we look forward to you joining us again on the next episode of Co-Creation Station. Bye, everybody.
Bye.